Hi, everyone. We'd like to welcome you to Real Talk. I'm your host, Pat Terrio, and we are here at the Lawrence County Law Enforcement Center where these men and women are doing great things, how they're protecting our community, they're serving us, and it's so nice to be able to be invited here to speak with them. We've got Mark Graham with us today. How are you?
Great, Pat. How are you?
Doing very well. Now, listen, coming in here was kind of cool for me. I've never been in here before.
Yes, it's pretty amazing here sometimes.
Like top secret.
Right,
All kind of buttons and sounds went off when I walked in.
Yeah, that's security measures.
All right, very good. Well, listen, we want to talk to you a little bit about yourself and about what you do here. But first, we want to talk about what is the mission statement here at the Sheriff's Office. Why do you do what you do and what you do?
Right. Our mission statement at the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office will provide the highest quality law enforcement service to our community while respecting individuals' rights and liberties.
Amen. And you guys are definitely doing that. You're definitely doing that. Now, talk to us a little bit about you and tell us about your family and how long you've been doing what you've been doing.
Okay. My name is Mark Graham. I'm a corporal on patrol. I went to school at Vidalia High School. I'm married. I have a 20-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old daughter, and a 1-year-old grandson.
Wait a minute now. I was doing my additions. I was adding that. 20-year-old and a 3-year-old
Right.
and a 1-year-old grandson.
That's correct.
Grandpa, you've been real busy, haven't you?
I have.
You've been super busy, but that is so awesome to have a family like that. And keep going. And you're from Vidalia.
I'm from Vidalia.
Home of the sweet onion.
That's right.
All right. And so how long have you been doing what you do here?
I've been here for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And how has that experience been? And have you always wanted to be in law enforcement?
I have. It's something that I've always wanted to do, but just been a little hesitant to do it.
Mm-hmm.
When I finally got in it, I love it.
Now, so how do you keep that balance, though? Because we're quite sure that your job is quite demanding.
Right.
How do you keep that balance between, your kids, because you got a little bitty one, and then being a grandpa and and being a family man? How do you keep that balance to be able to do what you do and also with this profession?
I have a very understanding wife.
Mm-hmm.
I leave her at home a lot of times at night. She's very supportive, and I love her for that. When I get my uniform on, my 3-year-old knows what she likes to say is I'm going to help people. So
That's awesome.
So it's hard sometimes, but when something comes up, our department is all about family, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll let us take care of our family first.
And that's so important. And so you guys are like a family here, is that right?
We're a very close family.
Well, of course, with Sheriff Bill Harrell and, of course, Major Keith Golden at the helm, of course, it's nice that they're making it about being a family, but also serving the community as well.
That's correct.
Now, what do you do, to kind of decompress, because is this job kind of stressful? Can it be a little stressful sometimes?
It's very stressful sometimes.
What do you do to relieve that stress?
First thing I do is go home and kiss my wife and play with my little girl.
Mm-hmm.
That helps me unwind.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got hobbies, woodworking, hunting, fishing that I do.
Really? So you're an outdoorsman?
Oh, yes.
So you could build anything?
Oh, yeah. I can.
I'm going to talk to you after the show because I need you to build me a bookshelf.
I can do it.
You all heard it now. I'm going to have to hold him to it. And so what in these 5 years, tell us about something that has been very memorable to you in your profession.
Oh, I love helping people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what God put me here to do in crisis situations. I've had an individual barricade himself, want to kill himself, and I was able to talk him out and get him help, and I was emotionally drained. It was after an hour ordeal. He would only talk to me. He wouldn't talk to anybody else, and it was very emotional.
And, you have to be so well trained to be able to do that because
Right.
it requires not just the knowledge of what you're trained and how to do it, but also the mental stamina.
Right.
Because this is an individual's life that's kind of in your hands, so to speak.
Exactly. It is.
And so what kind of training do you all have to go through in order to be prepared to do your jobs and to perform it well?
Oh, we go to Forsyth at the training center, and we go to classes regularly. We also have classes here. I I went to a 40-hour hostage negotiation class. I'm one of 2 hostage negotiators, crisis intervention guys here, and I really love it.
And, and you've got to love what you do to do what you do, because it's not for everyone.
That's right.
Because you're talking about hostage negotiations. You're talking about this type of conflict resolution. Not everybody is equipped to do that.
That's right. They can't handle the stress. When you've got somebody's life in your hands and you're talking with them. I mean, you could say the wrong thing, and they could, kill themselves right then.
Yeah. And not every incident ends well.
That's correct. It doesn't.
And so I remember when I used to work in crisis intervention, I worked at working in domestic violence and sexual assault. We would always, whenever we have our roundtable discussions, kind of like an after-action review of how the day or week went or whatever, we would kind of decompress a little bit to kind of to be able to kind of release that, to not take it home. Right. This is the type of job where you can't take it home with you, right?
No, I do not take it home. When I step out my car, it stays in my car, because I have a 3-year-old who picks up on everything.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I don't want her to see that I'm upset, and I leave it outside.
And what's beautiful is that your 3-year-old sees that you're going to help people, right. And she says that.
She says it, right. When I put my uniform on, that's what she says, you're going to help people.
How cool is that? And we're so appreciative of you helping people.
Well, thank you.
And, so whenever you need to, decompress, you work on my bookshelf.
I will.
We certainly are so thankful for what you do and want you to continue doing great things.
Thank you.
All right. Mark Graham, everyone.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
no, I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people.
See your auto owner's agent at 904 Bellevue Avenue in Dublin, or call 272-0915.
We are here with Mr. Daniel Lamp. Look at you, man. You're all dressed looking like you're in a magazine or some sort. You wouldn't even think you worked here. You know that, right?
Dressed for success.
Absolutely. Tell the people out there a little bit about you, okay? About what you do.
All right. Well, my name is Daniel Lamp. I work here at the Sheriff's Office. I'm going in 11 years here. Come here almost right out of high school. I've been a lifelong resident of Lawrence County. I grew up in a little community on the south end of the county called Cedar Grove. I'm currently assigned to the drug unit here at the Sheriff's Office. I've worked in several different divisions while I've been here. Started out in the jail. Worked as a jail officer for a little while before I was promoted to a deputy. Went to school to be a deputy. Come back, and I did transport for a little while where I rode all over the state of Georgia picking up inmates. After that, I was promoted to the civil division at the courthouse, where I did courthouse security and civil process serving. That was a very enjoyable job.
Right.
You get to interact with a lot of different people. After that, I was promoted to the patrol division. I enjoyed working patrol, but what a lot of people don't know about patrol is it's very difficult for a family man, especially leaving your wife and your kids at home at night, on the weekends, and holidays, because you don't have a Monday through Friday job if you work in law enforcement. You can be called at a minute's notice to leave your residence or leave your house, leave your kids, holidays, stuff like that. So it's a difficult job. It's very stressful at times, but it's very rewarding in the end. Then after patrol, I left patrol and come to the drug unit, where I've been since.
Wow. So the past 11 years, you've held so many different positions. And so you've got a wealth of knowledge.
You would think so.
And so, you came right out of high school. You're a Raider, right?
Yes, ma'am. True blue.
Go Raiders.
That's right.
So you came right out of high school into a profession like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as we spoke with Mark, is this something you've always wanted to do as well?
No, ma'am. Actually, I wanted to be a firefighter. I joined the volunteer fire department here in Lawrence County when I turned 18. I went through the firefighter certification here with Chief Don Bryant. Was a volunteer firefighter for several years, and that was the profession that I was kind of leaning into. Then an opportunity to come up here at the sheriff's office, and I took it, and that's where I've been ever since.
And it's all public safety.
It is.
You know, you've always wanted to help people.
That's right. We kind of work hand in hand with the fire department. You know, it's all one big family.
Absolutely. There's some great people over there.
There is.
And, you know, and it's, and you have to have a heart for what you do. And just from listening to you and you talking about the different areas that you've worked, you know, you're like, well, I really enjoyed here because I got to meet certain people and I really enjoyed this.
Right.
You know, and that's good to hear. Because you're not one of those disgruntled workers to
Right.
where not only you've been doing this for a while, but you love what you do.
I do. I really do enjoy it. A lot of times with the patrol division and the drug unit and the jail division, you deal with people at their worst.
Yeah.
You don't really get to see people at their best. But working at the courthouse and actually going out and interacting with people in the public, you get to see people at their best, and it's very rewarding. Especially when somebody's at their worst and you're able to go out and help them or make a difference.
Right.
That's what makes this job so rewarding and makes people want to do their job. You know, people don't call 911 to invite us to come to Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
You know, they call 911 when they have a problem. And we're going to be there and we're going to do our job to the best of our ability.
And, you know, to have people like you doing your job, you know, makes me as a citizen, you know, feel safe because you're a family man.
I am.
You have a family, you know, and so every day you step out of that house and get into your vehicle and do what you do, you're not only, you're risking your life, you know, and your family.
Right.
You know, they have to not only be understanding, but to realize that that what you do is not just, it's so important to everyone around us.
Yes, ma'am. One thing that kind of helps me out is my wife's also a police officer. She's the lieutenant with the college police here in Cochran and Eastman and Dublin. So that helps me a lot. She's real understanding when it comes to stuff like getting called out in the middle of the night, having to talk on your phone for an hour at a time, and it's easier for me than it is for somebody with a spouse that's not in public safety.
Right.
I have a 5-year-old daughter who is just so special to me. We 5 years ago, when we had Danny Lynn, she was premature, so we had to spend a little time in the hospital. Sheriff Harrell actually was very good to me. Let me take as much time off as I needed to spend with my family. Lawrence County was just so wonderful to me and my family. They did so much for us, made sure that we had what we needed, prayed for us, you know, come together as a community. And with that being said, I want to make sure that the citizens here in Lawrence County know that I really appreciate that and that I am here for you. If you ever have any issues or any problems, please do not hesitate to call me. I may be assigned to one specific unit here at the sheriff's office, but I can help you with any kind of problem that you have. Wow. It don't have to be involving narcotics or anything like that. So please don't hesitate to call me because I am here for you.
Wow, that's so beautiful. And by your sharing that, it shows the family here, but also the community.
Right.
And the love that you've experienced and for your daughter. Now she's
Yes,
5
ma'am.
years
She's
old.
5 years old.
Doing
yes,
very
ma'am.
well.
Doing great. She's wide open from the time her feet hits the floor in the morning till she goes to bed at night.
Oh, that's such a beautiful blessing.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely. And through these 11 years, can you think of an incident or a particular case that you can remember that really touched you or that has impacted you? Or there's been so many. It's kind of hard to say.
Just especially working with a drug unit, you know, we're not always out to send people to prison.
Right.
You know, we are in the business of helping people. So if we find somebody that has a problem that they can't beat on their own, getting them help and maybe getting them in rehab or the help that they need, that's very rewarding. Especially, you know, to me, that's very rewarding. To know that I actually helped somebody with a problem that they couldn't fix on their own.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you're talking about, that's what it's about, is you all helping
Exactly.
people. You know, we as individuals, we control what we do, you know what I'm saying? But you still have to do your job, and the ultimate thing is you want to help them. You want them to improve. You want them to get better.
That's right.
And so to knowing that that's the premise of why
right.
you do what you do is beautiful.
It is, and I really enjoy doing what I do. Like I said, it's very rewarding at times, and it's very stressful at times.
Mm-hmm.
But like Corporal Graham was saying, when you leave here, you leave your troubles here also.
Yeah.
You don't take them home because you do have a family that depends on you to be a family person. You know, my 5-year-old, she's very smart, and if something's wrong with me when I get home, she's going to know it. So you just have to make sure you don't take it home with you.
Absolutely. So what do you do to relax?
Um,
Or do you have time to kind of just, step away from it a little bit?
Yes, ma'am. Believe it or not, I enjoy playing sports. I enjoy playing softball.
What position?
Well, this past season I played third base, which was a experience for me because I've never played that position, especially in softball. But really in softball, I enjoy being the extra hitter where I don't have to play the field. I can just go hit.
Nice. Power hitter?
I wouldn't say that.
Shortstop was my position.
Oh,
in
that's
softball.
a good position.
That was my
That's a good position.
Shortstop. Well, we're glad to know that you're a human being outside of everything that you do. You love your family and you love the people here of Lawrence County, and that's so nice to see and to hear it from you.
Right.
So thank you for doing what you do.
Well, thank you.
We appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
All right. This is Daniel Lamp, everyone. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Why Blue Frog Plumbing and Drain? Blue Frog knows water, and we can help with your plumbing and drain needs. And here are some of the things that set Blue Frog apart from your average plumber. We arrive on time, 24/7, 365, with no overtime charges. Our prices are fair and transparent. We don't charge just to show up. We're considerate of your family and your home. Our service experts are tidy and professional. We have the knowledge to provide the right fix for your plumbing problems. We complete a free plumbing evaluation as part of every service call. Blue Frog Plumbing, CentralGeorgia.com, 278-5615. Give us a call next time life makes a mess. Blue Frog Plumbing and Drain of Central Georgia, where we hop to it.
We've just been having a wonderful time here talking with these guys, and I tell you, I'm getting a little teary-eyed just being able to hear their personal stories, and it's just a beautiful thing. We've got Deputy Sheriff Timothy Ray with us. How are you, sir?
Fine. How are you doing?
Doing very well. So nice to see you.
Thank you. You also.
Thank you. Talk to us a little bit about you. We know that you are involved in a lot of things, but we'll let you speak to share that with the people out there.
Well, my name is Timothy Ray. I'm born and raised here in Dublin, Georgia. Attended Dublin High School. Graduated in '94. Go Irish.
Go Irish.
Had a son that graduated from Dublin High, also, Tawaski King. He's currently overseas playing basketball in Bosnia right now.
How proud of you or your son?
Very proud of him.
That's awesome.
It was good to have another power forward in the family.
That's right.
Have a little daughter. Name is Trinley. Hopefully she'll become a power forward also. Get her a full scholarship when she's older.
Now, how old is she?
She'll be 9 months this month.
So you have already spoken it to an existence.
Yes.
17 years down the line.
Yes.
You've got a 9-month-old. How sweet is that? Go ahead.
My spare time, just pretty much doing whatever needs to be done around the house. Keeping tabs on Tawaski, keeping tabs on Trinley, my daughter. My spare time, if I have spare time,
right,
it'll be pretty much doing my schoolwork. I'm currently trying to complete my MBA with the University of Phoenix online, so hopefully I can get that done this year.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. And tell us about what you do here.
Here at the Sheriff's Office, well, first of all, I've been with the Sheriff's Office for over 14 years now. My current assignment is working for the courthouse security. I'm currently assigned to 2 judges, the magistrate judge and the probate judge. Overall, my duty is to keep everyone safe in the courthouse, visitors, staff, judges, whatever it may be.
And so apparently you enjoy what you're doing because you are very well known.
I do. I do enjoy it. First, when I came into the sheriff's office, I had to realize that everyone doesn't need to be arrested. It's that some people may act out in a certain way, asking for help in a certain way. Like I said, not everyone needs to be arrested. You have some people that they don't actually know how to approach the authoritative figure in order to get that help that they need. But once they do get the help they need, then they become that productive citizen that they normally would have been.
And you've been doing this for a very long time.
I have.
And so what kind of training did you have to go through in order to be to work in the position that you have? And have you always held that position?
Yes, I have. Like I said, been here 14 years. I went to Armstrong Atlantic State University for my police academy. That was back in 2002. Worked in the back as a booking officer, hall officer, some transport, other duties throughout the courthouse. Like I mentioned before, is courthouse, courtroom security. I have worked with the drug unit also. I've been a juvenile officer. Pretty much worn a lot of hats in an agency.
And so in wearing all these hats, you have been in contact with a lot of people. And what's nice is you're talking about when people come through these doors that not everyone is here to be arrested.
Right. So, we are a community service provider, pretty much. We don't look for ways to actually, degrade anyone. We're here to help build.
Right.
People, basically what they consider law enforcement is just riding around in a car and handcuffing and putting people in jail all day, but that's not the case.
Well, there's so many movies and television shows out there. I remember back in the 80s, there was a show called Night Court.
Yes.
When the guy that was in your position, he was hilarious.
Yes.
And he would stand up just like how I've seen you stand, just... you see, and that was when I was younger when I saw those images. And even now when you see the different shows, cops and all the different CSIs, the different shows, the detective shows, it paints a picture of you guys. And we just think that that's how you're supposed to be. Like,
not all the time. Not all the time.
That's what the image of some people have about what you do and how you're supposed to be.
Right. We have... Like I said, we have many different hats. Everyone, even when they come to court for trials or whatever, some people will say, "Hey, well, we saw CSI. They solved this case within an hour."
Episode 5.
Yeah, and I can promise you that's not the case.
Forensics were done in 1 hour.
No, maybe a month, but not 1 hour.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and so this is dispelling all of those different stereotypes and sometimes perceptions that people have about you all, the good and the bad.
Exactly.
You got to keep it real with that, even with some of the negative images as well. And so, but what you do is so very important.
Yes, it's very important. When people call 911, it's not that they have good news to tell us. They say, "Hey, look, someone just broke into our shed. Someone just broke into our home. Someone just did this, that, and the third." We respond. We respond with the utmost of saying, "Okay, well, are you okay?" We can find the property later, but we need to know, are you okay? After that, we go about the motions with our reports, our investigations, and we bring whoever is responsible for this to justice.
And public safety is what it is. You're looking after the safety of the public, and so that's the bottom line of it. And so, what through your 14 years can you remember? I've been asking you guys this just to kind of think about if there's some particular case or some particular incident that's kind of has stood out with you or something that's touched your heart that you can remember, and not just the position you're in now, but even any other ones that you've had.
Well, one that I won't say touched my heart, but it was a very dangerous situation. We had an incident in Lovett, a standoff in Lovett. That particular person, the offender, he would not come out. He did. Not going into too much detail.
Right.
He did certain things that prompted us to be there. We had to take immediate action. It was a long ordeal. But in the end, the victim, she was taken care of. She was hospitalized. But for the most part, we had to go out and take care of the situation and just pretty much protect the community.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. And so how do you keep your mind sound? How do you keep there's so many things that come in and out, and you being in the courtrooms as well, you hear so much.
Right.
You hear so much. And a lot of times when you become so inundated with information and knowledge, it kind of gets all scrambled. How do you keep your mind sound? What do you do?
For the most part, just keeping it simple. I just say thank God and keep moving. I mean, because when I look at, the inmates that we bring to the courthouse for court, not to look down on them, because that could be anyone.
Right.
It's not to say, well, you're less than a person,
Right.
because you're in a orange jumpsuit or you're behind bars. That person has a family. That person has people that loves them just as much as I have people that love me.
Right.
So in order to talk down to them, that's not the way to be. That's not the way to go.
And you have to think about it. Some of these are like teenagers. These are little kids, depending on what your age, but these are like kids.
Right. There was one time that I can remember this juvenile. I can't call his name. Well, won't call his name rather. He pretty much turned his life around. He was in and out of juvenile court, and I saw him maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, and he was actually doing very well for himself. He went from being in trouble to actually working as a member of the state board now. So.
And now that warms your heart.
Yes.
To see that there are some that get it.
Right.
That get it and do make a change for the better.
Right. It was very rewarding to see him, in his uniform, being responsible, being as he should be. And so that was very rewarding.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Deputy Sheriff Timothy Ray. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything that you do for our community, and we want you to keep doing great things.
Thank you.
And thank you for letting me know that you're not just like the guys on television.
Not a problem.
Timothy Ray, everyone.
We all may need to borrow money from time to time. In today's market, it's vital to find a lender that can help you with all of your banking needs.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Collins with Community Bank's Loan Department, and I'm here to help you with any personal loans you may need. I enjoy coming to work every day and helping people with all types of loans. From automobiles to debt consolidation, I'm here to help. Call me and let's see how Community Bank can help you.
Remember, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, the bank that's service-built.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has just been such a wonderful day, being able to meet the men and women here at the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department. And, here is Lisa Morris, the head nurse. When I first was told that there was a head nurse here, I'm thinking, she's definitely going to have to explain what all her job entails. How are you, Lisa?
I'm doing very well today. Thank you.
Thank you. Glad to be here with you.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Tell us a little bit about Lisa.
Okay. Well, my name is Lisa Morris. I'm a nurse here at the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. I've been a nurse in the prison system for about 15 years before coming here. I've been here about 3. I have a daughter that's 15 and a son that's 6. A husband that's in the Army. Today is his birthday, so happy birthday. Love you.
What's his name?
Bobby Morris.
Hey, Bobby. Happy
Sergeant
birthday.
Bobby Morris.
Awesome.
And that's it, as far as me personally.
Lisa, you're talking about, I know a lot of girlfriends of mine and guys that are nurses.
Yes, ma'am.
You're a nurse here at the Sheriff's Department. Was that what you were thinking in nursing school?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not at all.
So tell us about what you do here as a head nurse.
Well,
or as much as what you can tell us.
Okay. Well, there's HIPAA laws, so I'm limited on the fun stories that I have that I wish I could share.
We can only imagine.
We give medication daily, assess patients daily. You name it. I wear a hat of many, too. I'm not just a nurse. I'm a counselor. I'm a stepmama away from home. There's a lot goes on back here.
Because when you think about it, when you have people come in and speaking with Major Golden about how, if there's a kid in here that already has a existing medical condition,
right.
and the mama's like, oh, Lord, what's going on with my baby?
Right.
How do you comfort, for one, you have to comfort them to let them know that you got it.
Well, there's a misconception that when you're in jail, you don't receive quality patient care, but here you receive exceptional patient care. We're 100% all the way around on everything we do. We do testing, medication. We see about it all. We do total patient care.
And I'm glad you said that about total patient care, because you actually treat anyone that comes in here.
Anybody, any situation. I have patients that are on dialysis. I have wheelchair-ridden patients. I have patients that are incontinent and stay in, adult underpants, things like that. We really see it all. It's not just children and young folks. It's very sick people come through here as well that we have to see about.
And you say we. Tell us about your nursing staff.
There's 3 of us, and we alternate shifts and alternate weekends and stuff and keep the jail covered. We're on call 24/7, so anytime something's going on, they have access to medical care. We're next door to 911 as well, and they come to our rescue at times too.
Yeah, that's great. And you're talking about 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you, as a mommy, do it all?
I have no idea. I have no idea how to answer that, but I do.
I say that because, we're talking to the men here, and then it just as a female to female, it's like, how do you do it all? Because we know how we are as mommies.
Right. Go home. I leave work, and we do homework and baths and cook dinner and get ready for school the next day, and just the same as every other family. And I'm like them. We're exposed to a lot of negativity, a lot of bad stuff, a lot of stress, but you turn it off when you leave here. You go home, and you're loving mama.
What do you do to have fun? You look like you like to have fun, girlfriend.
I like to have fun.
Because I've enjoyed just hanging out with you just
Thank
today.
You. I love to bake. That is my thing. I love to bake.
What do you bake, Lisa? Do tell.
Specialty fondant cakes, cupcakes. They all love it. They all get cupcakes and special stuff all the time. So,
well, Mark's going to make me a bookshelf.
So you need you some cupcakes to go on that bookshelf?
Yes.
You got it.
Shaking on it, ladies and gentlemen. You see that. I get a bookshelf and a cupcake out of this deal. And so how do you, and so you've been a nurse for this many years and working in this area. You love what you do. Just from talking to you, you love what you do.
I do. Absolutely.
And this is, and you can attest to this being a family.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you guys do together? Like, how do you all keep it together here? I mean,
we have fun. We laugh. We have a good time.
So, these guys aren't as stoic as they may seem when people see them.
They are very fun, very happy, very, very good folks.
And how important do you think that is for you guys?
It's very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
To be able to be the professionals that you are.
Right.
We know that because you're very good at what you do. But to also to keep it light in your, in your relationships.
Right.
In order to be able to decompress even when you're on the job.
That's right.
Yeah. That's nice. Until you bake cupcakes.
Yes, ma'am.
And, and so what you're saying is, as a nurse, the different things that you offer here for the inmates. So they're never just, oh, my poor baby's not getting any help.
They are getting
help.
I rest assure you, mamas and daddies, our babies are getting help.
And that's good to hear. And I think the people out there need to know about the misconceptions.
And all parents are always welcome to call and check on their children or their grandchildren or whatever the case is, sisters, brothers. We all know that everybody has family members that care about their family members here, and we are here to make them feel better about the situation, too, if need be.
Absolutely. And, okay, so being a nurse in the Sheriff's Department, do you have to get extra training other than being a nurse?
We do continued education as well.
Very good.
So when they go to Forsyth, we go to Forsyth, too. We just go in different classes than them.
How cool is that? Because think about it. I mean, it is a different setting than at Fairview Park.
Right. We even prepared for Ebola. We didn't know what could potentially happen. So there were classes available, and Major Golden set me up to go to that, and we learned a lot of information.
That's good.
To prepare for a crisis.
How cool is Major Golden and Sheriff? And
they're awesome. You couldn't ask for better.
You hear that, and they didn't even pay you to say
that. That's
right. Well, Lisa, it's such a pleasure to meet you. You're such a beautiful woman.
Thank you. You are too.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And for you doing what you're doing and then just sharing a little bit with us, the people out there, about what you do. And you have a heart for what you do.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is Lisa Moore. She's the head nurse here, and she is doing wonderful things.
Thank you.